finishing level. We can go both ways now, can't we? Up and down.
Hello, Phil Lindsay here for Peep magazine. We're here at East Durham College. We're here with Glenn Foote. We've been seeing a few of the lads, seeing in the gym, a little bit of a mark under the eye there, which shows you've been putting the work in. Bit of muck in the eye. But big fight coming up. Yeah. December the 10th, Adam Little in Wigan.
In Wigan, yeah. DW.
At light welter?
At light welter. I think for the British and Commonwealth. Eliminator, so great. It's good to be back in the titles.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good training camp. We're going to 6 weeks. So we'll be in the gym. Coming a lot like what I normally am. So basically everything's gone well.
Well, I suppose when you have to come back from a break, if you've got too much weight to shed, that's going to impact on your timing, because you're having to time somebody when you've got more weight to move it.
You're more thinking about losing your fat before you should be doing technical stuff.
Yeah.
So we've come bang on the money, and
so you got a bit of a head start for this one.
Yeah, we've got a head start. So
instead of playing catch up.
Yeah. So everything's perfect. I have no injuries, so there's no excuse for this one.
So December the 10th, Adam Little. For the fans, obviously, your hardcore boxing fans, your North East fans, obviously know that he fought against Lee Mould. They've got to know a bit about Adam Little, but for the fans, for the Glenn Foote fans who don't know who Adam Little is, what should they know about him?
We've boxed like basically the same people really in our career, like Dean Mitchell, like most of the opponents we've boxed.
Usual suspects sort of thing, yeah.
But like good gentlemen.
Yeah.
They're not any mugs. They're like them are the proper ones who's out there who puts a fight up. He boxed Lee Mould. I think it was a close fight.
Yeah.
Lee Mould put him. I don't think Lee Mould's in my league. I think I would knock him out in the 5 rounds. So it just says for Adam Little, he'll be getting exactly the same. He's got to think, I'm coming out my proper weight now, and I'm a hard hitter. Everything's perfect.
Well, you were welterweight, and again, those who know you, and it was like, yes, you maybe could and should be at light welter, but when you're getting the success you're getting a welterweight, I think it's a man thing as well. If it's as long as you're getting away with it, you keep doing it, don't you?
Well, it wasn't that. Me and Dave have been light welterweight 4 times, and the day before they pull out.
Yeah.
So you're like, what's the point? And well, I boxed in that prize fight at welterweight, and I just think it's bound from now, just actually fighting at welterweight, and the fights, the opportunities come on welterweight.
Yeah.
So the boxing, like the boxing board, I couldn't make it like welterweight because every fight he had, like Phil Ringen is a kid of 11.5 stone. I'm like welterweight the day before, and I'm like, how I feel. So we're fighting 11 stone kids.
Yeah.
Just like quick, like day notice. So that's what you've got to put up with in this professional job. It's a hard job.
Well, I remember Darren Richardson had similar things happen his first 2 fights. Yeah. I remember speaking to him afterwards at Rain Meadows, and he was devastated. He was devastated, and I was saying to him, this is what comes in the pros.
Boxing, yeah.
And it's like, you can put this down to experience. It's not ideal, but at least you've experienced this now. You can, this is in your bank now.
You get a lot of pull-outs, so you've just got to ride the storm, and as long as you're fit and ready, you'll take anybody on, so it doesn't make a difference.
Well, I suppose as well, this is where the training, obviously, with having a trainer like Dave Binns, who will have you prepared for anything. He won't. Like you get so many trainers that'll say you're fighting a southpaw, okay, right hand, left hook, and it's like, well, what if that doesn't work?
Well, I think like majority of my 10 fights, I think I'll be 8 of them pulled out on the day before.
Especially the big ones.
Yeah, even the journeyman as well. So it just swings around about. You just take the good with the bad.
It's I suppose, like you say, it's nice building a reputation, and boxers generally aren't afraid, but you're putting in the fear into somebody, whether it's somebody in their team, somebody's pulling them out, and so there's positives there that you've gone at that reputation, but like you say, with the plus comes the negative, because I suppose the Ahmed Patterson was probably the biggest disappointment, because you travelled down there on the day, didn't you?
Ahmed Patterson, he pulled out the day before. That Larry Aquana day, he pulled out the same day. So I've had 2 title fights, and I just think the last year, I just think I was a bit disheartened.
Understandably.
But now I'm back on top and.
Well, going cycles, doesn't it? Your mood, you're up and down.
I just think, just with the pull out and you've trained all that time with the pull out and you're not getting what you want at the end of it.
Training, the sacrifice, not eating the things, not doing the things you
That's
want to be
what it is,
doing, and it's like I always say, boxers. You could say MMA, you know, that sort of thing where you're having to make weight and cut out these things. It's not like, I know footballers are a lot more disciplined now with the diet because they have to be and all that, but it's still not the same as a boxer. It's not the same sacrifices.
You've got to come right down and weight. It's not like a footballer can stop like medium.
Well, he stays at his fighting weight, doesn't he? That's the thing, I suppose.
Why a boxer's got to come right down on his weight. So if you're a welterweight, you're coming down to light welter.
Yeah.
It's like welterweights. You box the welterweight, you box the middleweight. They're all big and heavy. You're just coming down right as you come down. So that's the boxing job, isn't it?
But the positive thing is you've come through all that. You've had the frustrations. You've had the highs and the lows. All experience. But now you are where you're at now. You're knocking on the door for titles again.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple of good comeback fights, and German, but people who wasn't being stopped like that. The Polish. I forgot his name. I think he's only been stopped once in his life, and had him down the first round.
Yeah.
I just needed a few rounds. I could have him out if I wanted to, but just got a few rounds on my belt and just had to pay him £100 extra because I come on our weight, so I had to tap out with his face a bit.
There's another 50 quid's worth.
That's what I was thinking when I was hitting him.
Don't be motivated by money, mate, ever. So, but it pays the bills.
And Lee Conley, that was a great fight.
Yeah. He's tough, isn't he?
Oh, he's tough.
He shouldn't have taken all that though.
He took some stick, but I think he changed training now, and I think he's won his last few fights. So,
well, we often say that. It's like I've seen it, and I remember Andy Buchanan fought Gary Bolden over at Newcastle, and he just absolutely beat him up. And I was ringside, and I was right next to the corner. And his corner were just such brave cornermen, you know what I mean?
Job at the end of the day, there's some of them tap a bit too much stick at what they should toss the towel in, but they've got 28 days out and they're thinking about the next peer pattern, aren't they?
But he was never going to win. He was getting the right tows in there. Yeah, like I say, I think the boxer won't generally want to come out. It's you need to be protected, sort of thing. I'm not saying you need to protect, you know, but boxers in general need to be protected. But so you got Adam Little.
Yeah.
And so you're going into that confident but not complacent.
Well, the training camp, we'll have a good training camp. We're going to 6 weeks. Everything's on tape perfect at the minute. So I could have done a really warm-up fight previous to it, but you just got to attack them while you can.
Yes, but the handy thing you've got, obviously in sparring tonight, it wasn't intense, it was more technical stuff.
Yeah.
But as you get closer towards, you've got the guys in the gym here, especially when they are training for a fight on the 3rd as well.
Yeah, we've got class kids in the gym here doing so.
Yeah.
We haven't got to go out to bounce a spot, but we've got it all in the gym.
But you've also got other lads in the region as well, who, you know, like
we're not plenty. It was we're sparring with Lewis Ritson. That'll be a good spot Saturday. See, we can spar wherever we want, really. There's plenty of sparring there. You've just got to pick for your opponent, really, who you're fighting.
A few years ago, when we didn't have the numbers of the guys or the quality of the guys up here in depth, we've got that now, and that's, I suppose you see that in the Liverpool and Manchester gyms where they've brought each other along, and we're starting to see that up here now, aren't we?
Bouncing now. We just need someone to grab that title, like what I'm on day the 10th of December.
Who's going to do that?
Me.
Hey!
Going to grab them. Then they say we can get these big promoters up, like Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn. We can get them. If we get them at the North East, then North East will be booming. Well,
they've been up, but I don't think we were ready up here. Whereas, if you look at where we are now,
for me, they come up and all the good fighters weren't on.
Yeah, exactly.
Say like there was like
the political.
Yeah.
Some of the. I'm not knocking the guys that were on, but there were some of the shows that were on there where, you know, some of the guys that should have been on weren't on there.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. We just. But as soon as we get these titles, I think that's when
North East will come knocking to you. Yeah, then that's the difference.
I think Tommy Ward's fighting Jazz Dickens as well, so that's a good fight as well. That should have been on Sky Sport. That's a really good match.
Yeah, that's probably February next year. I think that one's going to be.
Yeah.
Which, if that does come off, obviously Jazz Dickens is a Box Nation fighter.
Yeah.
We don't know whether it's going to be up here, down there, or what. I think it's still a purse bids at the minute, but it's just like where Tommy is, obviously where you are. We've got other guys coming through here now as well.
There's plenty of off-east fighters who's ready to take anybody on. We're all at the top now. We've just got to be. We're all there.
Yeah.
On the ledge, we just need to step over that ledge and step up the fights. There's plenty of fights out there, and like Phil's putting good shows on. He's like these north-east fighters have got to be fighting each other.
That's the key. But again, because we'll have the numbers up here now, you can have
like,
those.
There should be 50-50 fights. The people that just get the easy route with boxing German, they need to step up.
Well, I've said it so many times in interviews, Glenn, if you don't get the challenges, then how are you going to prepare yourself?
Definitely.
And I know there was other situations, obviously, with the Egerton fight, and there was so many other different combinations of things, and that wasn't the best Glenn foot in there on the night for sure. But because you'd had your pull-outs of other fights leading up to that, and you were having to take, good level journeymen on, but you weren't fighting championship level fighters in the build-up.
If you look at all my army career, I've boxed unbeaten kids all the way through. I didn't look to box people who's not going to punch you back. What's the point of that? You're not learning anything. See, I've learnt more for journeymen, and that's just the way they elbow, you use the head. You've got it's unbelievable how much you learn for good journeyman.
Yeah. Well, obviously you went with Warburton, which is
Warburton. He's a good journeyman.
He's superb.
He turns people over. You know what I mean? You can see by his last record.
And there's a lot of losses on his record that he would probably have won if he'd hadn't been on the road as well.
Definitely, yeah. But there's a lot of people dodge Warburton, isn't there?
Rightfully so as well. It's like you've got to be a good level to answer that question. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is not a lot. It's not a lot of journeymen who wants to come up, and if you're either going to get hurt, then they don't want to really come and fight anymore now, do they?
Nah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, there seems to be, from what I've been picking up, the journeyman who's on the road seems to have a little bit more bargaining power now. Whereas, maybe he's asking for extra money, or they're trying to wangle certain things. Again, it's very political behind the scenes, but
I think some of them have more money on what the
home fighters generally.
Like, say, when you're boxing on these ticket deals, it's hard. You've got to get your fans who pay for you, who's paying for the opponent and paying for yourself. You know what I mean?
Which is another reason why, for the fans' point of view, you want to make sure. Yes, you need to have your learning fights, but you want to have some live fights in there to repay your fans as well.
See, that's why on the Stadium Light show, which on my own show, Liam Moore lives 5 minutes up the road. I said perfect opportunity. I gave him plenty of notice, so there's no excuse of short notice fights. He had plenty there to take the fight, and he didn't want to take it. Why did he want to take it on the Stadium Light show? He wanted to fight at Newcastle. But what's the point of that? Two of us would have sold, right out a few quid selling tickets on that show.
That would have been,
a sellout.
So your fight with Kirk Goodens was a outstanding fight, but also in the build-up and everything, it was great. This would have been probably bigger.
Yeah, definitely. Give Kurt his due. He was the only one who stood up, man. Who took the fight, because I offered plenty of people it. So, but Liam Mould, he's had his chance. You know what I mean? He'll never get opportunity again now.
Well, the thing is, if you're going in for British and Commonwealth title eliminator, a fight that, again, we can't take for granted because anything can happen in a fight, but it's one you're going in confident.
Yeah.
So you get eliminated.
When am I not?
Exactly. At the dog track. But not taking anything for granted. Get this one ticked.
He's a good kid. We've got the beating him. So as soon as we win this fight, then.
So it would say that then it's a matter of, rather than you having to go and looking for fights, people are coming looking for you.
Definitely, that's what I want.
And that's
what I
again,
like.
that's where
you're keeping active. You're on these big shows, so you're always in the.
But they are coming in fighting for a title. They're not going to be pulling out the last day. Well, they shouldn't be.
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be, and it's a lot less likely.
It is.
You can get injuries and all different things. I mean, look, it
is. Boxing's hard. You sell your spike or get a cut, hurt your hand punching. Even running,
twist your ankles.
Yeah,
do anything.
You sell it. It's the name of the game. You just need a good training camp and hopefully everything goes well.
And down to experience, you've come in lighter for this one, especially if you're fighting at a lighter weight.
Yeah.
So coming into this camp, you're saying you need a good camp, especially when you've been out for a little bit. It's not ring rust, but just sharpness and things. But coming in, probably more focused, more determined now than
I've got two.
What experience gives you that?
I've got 2 kids to feed now, so
Yeah.
I've got to be 100%.
Double the determination.
Yeah, definitely. It's like they're not cheap to keep, so
They're not cheap
we've
to keep.
Got to be getting these big fights now.
Neither are the mothers, are they?
Nah, definitely not. So we've got to be getting
Very
these.
careful when I said
yeah,
that.
definitely. So I want these big fights and these big opportunities now. So we'll just take one step at a time and get through this one, then on to the bigger things.
Well, Adam Little, December the 10th.
I'm little, you're getting it.
Are you taking fans down there? You got tickets? What's the
Yeah,
situation?
we've got tickets there. We'll probably, I think, take 100 fans down with us.
It's funny that, you
I
know.
always get a good fan base, so
But it's just flipping, you know, like taking 100 fans when a fighter gets 100 fans for a home show, it's like he's done well, hasn't he? You know what I mean? But that's the following you've got.
definitely. I've
You've
always had a
earned
good
that from
following,
the
yeah.
amateurs.
Definitely. Yeah,
You come to fight.
I've got good fans and they always come to support us, and so you've got to give them 100%.
Well,
so they'll come with a win this time.
100%, December the 10th. Glenn, the Hammerfoot, because this man, he's certainly a little bit interesting, aren't you? Understatement of the year.
Definitely.
Glenn Foot, bye-bye. I love it, mate.